UK Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi Luke, I'm so looking forward to following these two players in this group. They've been going back and forth a bit on social media leading up to the event and seem to really want to prove something out on the course today.
No, you can't out-Bubba, can you? There's nothing elementary about this, Watson, is there? Can't wait to see how this rivalry plays out, though. Currently has a share of second place.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Oh, absolutely flushed. Going with the 7. And tidy looking shot, that one. This would be a great up and down. Ooh, that almost went down. Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4, elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
Ooh. A bogey putt awaits. Just can't seem to get off the bogey train here, Rich.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Well, that's an impressive little chip.
Judging it beautifully.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
He's got roughly 105 yards here.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. The 6th hole at Riviera is one of the most famous par 3s on the West Coast, Rich. An absolute beauty.
It looks like a giant green donut with the bunker right in the center of the green, doesn't it? I love this hole.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. 2 strokes off the lead. Oh, well played.
Great touch.
Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. Going with the 8-iron here. That's a shame. Just leaking left, that one. This putt from around 18 feet.
Solid little par putt here.
Oh, so close. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's getting some airtime between him and his rival. He's 2 ahead.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Sitting at 3 over for the event. The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose-your-own-adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flag stick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flag stick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
And the rivalry seems to be inspiring this player to make some great putts. That will bring them closer together on the leaderboard. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. That's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Ooh. And this one will be for bogey. So as we head into the back nine, Rich, what are your thoughts on this player?
Yeah, they're behind their rival right now through 9 holes, but there's lots of time, lots of opportunities on this back nine to make up. It'll be interesting to see how it all ends up.
Setting up to play the shot here from the greenside rough. Wonderful shot. And that'll be a big boost to his standings on the leaderboard. Oh, that was a touch of class. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
And now to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Yep, well holed for bogey. And with that effort, now 3 over for the tournament.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. Yeah, that was a safe play. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Okay, let's head to the next. Going with the 6-iron here. Not a bad play, that one. Standing over this one, and it's a very long putt.
This is their look at birdie.
Big putt for par coming up. Oh, that's criminal. How do you leave that short?
That will drive you bats.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And a little slide down the leaderboard happening. Make sure you respond quickly. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. The 16th at Riviera, Rich, is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
This putt right on 10 feet, a good one to make.
Now this is important. This for par.
Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. And now to Bubba Watson.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Unfortunately, moving down the leaderboard, that's not the direction to be heading. The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
Quality shot, that one. Playing from around 110 yards out. Handy effort, that one. Putting for birdie. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome-looking second.
That should set up another chance.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
And that brings a close to this event. Well, Rich, I think it's fair to say that this player struggled with their game this week.
Not stellar by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it was quite pitiful, to be fair.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.